Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and for the last time in 2020, you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro. Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nully, and I am the Comic Hero. I hope y'all had a great Christmas. I sure did. And if you're looking over to my left or your right, you see a letter CH. This was a Christmas gift from my sister. Sis, thank you so much for getting this for me. I love you, and this is going to be part of the show from here on out. Now, this is a college football playoff episode. I do this at the end of each year. This is my first time doing one of these since I started doing episodes here. Now in years past, I've done them over at Excalibur Comics, Clint's Comics, and Southern Rails Comics and Games. This is my first time doing one here. Now, y'all probably wondering, Vic, what about last year? Well, last year was kind of different. It was a college football playoff Christmas mashup episode, and for the first time ever, well, here, that is, I'm doing a college football playoff episode, and the four schools that are in the college football playoff episode are Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. And I'm going to show some love to all four schools, and on this segment, I'm showing some love to Alabama. On the next segment, which is the free tea giveaway, I'm going to show some love to Clemson, and then comically speaking, I'm going to show some love to Ohio State. Then comic books I bought this week, I'm going to show some love to Notre Dame. All right. It's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, which Marvel villain did George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, base Darth Vader upon? Now, I gave some hints on last week's episode and on social media. Now, the first hint is that this villain is the arch nemesis of the Fantastic Four. The second hint, this villain made his debut in Fantastic Four number 5 in 1962. And then the third and final hint is that Tony Kebbell and Julia McMahon both played this character on the big screen. Well, the correct answer is Doctor Doom. And 9 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in the drawing for a free tea. And that drawing takes place right now. So the free tea for this week's episode goes to Serena Reno from Haynesville, Louisiana. So congratulations, Serena. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right. Here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a DC question. And it's very easy. Very easy. What does the DC in DC Comics stand for? And here's the hint. It's also the name of a current book. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features 2 Spider-Man villains. One that made his debut in 1966, and the other one that made his debut in 1992. Representing Marvel, we have Rhino. And also representing Marvel, we have Carnage. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Rhino versus Carnage. Rhino possesses superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and durability. Carnage possesses all the powers of the predecessor's first human host, Spider-Man, limited shapeshifting and camouflage, and a symbiote's autonomous defense capabilities. Who will win? This fight wouldn't last long at all. Rhino, being headstrong by nature, would charge at Carnage at blinding speed. Carnage, due to having Spider-Man's speed and spider sense, abruptly jumps out of harm's way. Rhino then tries to slow down, but ends up getting his horn stuck in a wall. Rhino tries to free himself, but Carnage grabs Rhino, pulls him free, and slams him to the ground. Just before Rhino could come to a vertical base, Carnage ends the fight by gutting the only vulnerable part of Rhino, his face. Carnage wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, D'Angelo Blue, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, now two things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking. Here's the first. Now, y'all remember the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze? And remember those mutated characters that were created for that movie, Taka and Razar? Well, I found out that they're finally going to become canon, and they're going to debut in a future issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And not only that, they're going to meet Bebop and Rocksteady. And I'm really looking forward to this. Now, let me let y'all in on something about Bebop and Rocksteady that a lot of folks don't know. They were actually created for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon in 1987, and they weren't original creations of Eastman and Laird. As a matter of fact, Eastman and Laird really didn't like the characters at first, and that's why Razar and Taka were created for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, which, by the way, in this upcoming year, turns 30. And really excited about this because even though the Turtles, with the help of a scientist, ended up demutating these characters. By the way, Taka is a mutated snapping turtle. And I think Razar was a mutated dog or something to that degree. It was either a dog, a jackal, or a wolf. I'm not sure. Even though they demutated them and returned them to their original forms, a lot of folks that saw that movie was very, very impressed by them. And you know, I tell you, it's about time that these two characters finally became canon in the comics, and I can't wait till that issue drops. All right, now the second thing is that last week I reported that Philip Kennedy Johnson, beginning in March, is going to be writing new issues of Superman in Action Comics. But then I found out he's actually writing a book in DC Future State called Superman Worlds of War. And in it, of course, Superman has been exiled into space, and he's having to fight battles to the death on different worlds. And here's the one thing about me and Superman. I love whenever somebody writes something about Superman being challenged. I mean, like really putting him through all kinds of holy sand. I'll say that, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I can't wait till March till he starts writing that, and I also can't wait till to read Superman Worlds of War because I'm just really looking forward to just about every book that drops in that line, even though it's only going to be for 2 months. But Philip Kennedy Johnson, not only is he writing Superman, he's also writing Superman Worlds of War for the DC Future State line. Can't wait. Alright, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
Oh, by the way, in addition to some new books that I bought, I also bought some old ones. Alright, first up is Amazing Spider-Man number 54.LR. Oh, by the way, LR stands for Last Remains. Fantastic Four number 334. Fantastic Four number 335. Fantastic Four number 336. Not Fantastic Four. Endless Winter Black Adam Special. Justice League Dark number 28. Justice League Dark number 29. Justice League Endless Winter number 2. Wonder Woman number 769. And finally, X Factor number 50. All right, that's 10, which brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 10,369. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. What does the DC in DC Comics stand for? Now, here's a hint. It's a book that's also on the DC line of books. It has been for a very, very, very long time. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Serena Reno from Haynesville, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this week's episode. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. Now, next week is going to be the first episode of 2021. Very excited about it. I'm going to wear a Comic Hero tee for that. On episode 342, I'm going to show some love to the national champs. Now, will it be Alabama? Will it be Clemson? Will it be Ohio State? Or will it be Notre Dame? Good luck to all 4 teams that are in the college football playoff. And immediately after the national championship game, I will show some love to whoever wins. And that's on January 11th. All right, on episode 342, I'm going to raise awareness of cervical cancer. Now, cervical cancer, it affects women, and I know some women that have beaten it, and I know some women that have lost their battle to it. And this episode is for y'all. And then episode 343 through episode 346, Mardi Gras. Now, Mardi Gras is one of my favorite times of the years, and it's kind of taking a different tone because, with the pandemic, we can't have parades. Now, Mardi Gras is celebrated throughout different parts of the South, but here in Louisiana, we really know how to do it some justice. And on the 4 episodes that I just said, 343 through 346, I'm going to have this whole desk decked out. Gonna wear some Mardi Gras Comic Hero tees on each episode, and it may even have some Mardi Gras delicacies, and also I'm going to do something similar to what I did with the Christmas episodes that I just did. I'm going to arrange. I'm actually going to write some original Zydeco and second line music. Really looking forward to it. Really excited about this. I'm excited about Mardi Gras, so yeah. All right. All I have to say about the year 2020 is it's been a very hard year for a lot of us, especially with this pandemic. I mean, we can't get out and do the things that we normally do. But don't worry, as I always say, adversity is temporary, and what we're going through is adversity. And so this is temporary, and I can guarantee you that if we do our part, we practice social distancing, if we wear a mask when we go out, and just be patient. this pandemic will be a thing of the past. And you know, and you know, I'm saying this very sincerely. I really want to see each and every one of y'all in the next year, in the year 2021. I mean, I love y'all, and y'all are some very, very, very great fans, and I'm very fortunate and very grateful to have y'all in my life. So, bon voyage 2020, and don't come back. All right, I'm Victor Noli on Comic Hero. I'll see you next year for episode 340, the first episode of 2021. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and roll tide. All in. Go Buckeyes. Go Irish.